right, here we go. Ready or not, good Wednesday morning to you. The clock indicates it's just before the top of the hour. And that means it's time for us to get started and unveil our live Wednesday edition of Virginia This Morning. I'm Bill Bevins, of course, and our new host, Amy Lacey, is here. Da, 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 da.
Yeah, it's been great the past couple of days, but today is my first full show, so I'm really looking forward to it.
Oh, man, it's going to be fun.
It's going to always be fun, not just today, but every day going forward.
So we're learning a little bit about each other as the time goes on here, and when I walked in this morning, I saw you and said, that is a beautiful blue outfit. And you go,
Bill, it's not just blue, it's periwinkle.
now, here's what you have to understand. I'm a guy.
Well, you know.
It's blue. No, I know it's periwinkle to you and every other person in the world that's not me and people like me, but it's blue.
It's in the blue palette, but it has, you know, like some of the purple hue in there. And a long time ago, I'm a woman who's worked in TV for a really long time, but this is a good TV color, so it will pop up again and again and again.
Good. Well, I'm obviously not there.
I'm going to get you some periwinkle too.
I love blue's my favorite
Join
color.
the crowd.
Blue's my favorite
Join the crowd,
but
right?
I go with the baby blue. My mom was from North Carolina, so Carolina.
Carolina blue skies. They call it that for a reason. It's so pretty.
All right. All right, now that we got our palettes squared away, we're going to test our palettes a little bit later on with something. That was a different palette. Anyway, we got another jam-packed show today. Here's a quick preview of some of what you're going to see on today's very live show. Hot Tomato Summer is back and is packed with more flavor than ever. Duke's Mayo is proud to present their summer celebration of mayo and tomatoes, of course. Rebecca Lupesco from Duke's is here, along with Brennan Griffin. He's a chef at the Thai-inspired restaurant pop-up Nam Prik Pao, and he's going to be making some great food for us this morning. And what we're going to have is red curry pork belly sandwiches on Virginia This Morning. It's kind of a different take on BLT.
Well, it sounds delicious.
Yeah, can't wait.
Can't wait to see how that is made. Yeah. And of course, remember, we want to be everywhere where you are, and we've created this segment so that we can enjoy your fun and special moments that you've experienced with your friends and family. Take a look at this picture. Ah, that is gorgeous. We will share all of the details, and then we'll check out a few others when we open up the inbox. That's coming up in less than 20 minutes.
Well, when we look at those pictures, I always ask, if you can, note whether it's sunrise or sunset. I'm guessing that was sunset.
It looked like sunset, but is there really a difference when it's beautiful in the sky?
No, ma'am.
Just the time of day.
It might be periwinkle. More children are living with peanut allergies than ever before. The effect of an allergic reaction can be fatal. We'll talk with a pediatric allergy and asthma specialist about options to protect children. That conversation is still to come on our show this morning.
Now let's get a check of the local midweek forecast with Tom Patton. Hi, Tom, and
Good
help!
morning.
I am starting to run out of adjectives for this week. Sweltering, oppressive,
yes.
Just too darn hot.
Soupy.
Yes.
Soupy.
Soupy.
Periwinkle, that could be one. You can always rely on periwinkle.
Yeah.
But you're right. It's oppressive. It's funky. It's nasty. We do have a heat advisory today. Amy, by the way, great to see you. And I got the chance to say hello earlier this morning, so welcome aboard again. And yeah, today is going to be a heat advisory, and it's going to be should be our last one. Not forever, but at least for the next stretch of days around here, for the foreseeable future, I'll say. Right now, we've got a lot of clouds, 81 degrees. We've been at 81 all morning long. The dew point 73, it feels like 86, and now I'm starting to see the sun break through a little bit, and that's starting to make it cook just a little bit. 80s and 70s still just about everywhere. Everybody's good and toasty this morning. Man, it was a tough night's sleep last night. I don't know if you had similar conditions. I was talking to Bill even, and he said it was brutal. Just couldn't get comfy. Too much humidity, too much heat. So hot and humid. There'll be some storms later. A couple this afternoon, but I think late afternoon, evening would be a better time frame. And we're going to finally get some cooler air moving in tomorrow. Some evening storms possible, and we could see some severe weather. Now, there is a slight risk in yellow. That's a 2 out of 5. Looks like the main threat could be some damaging wind gusts. And of course, when you get all this heat and humidity, some heavy rainfall potentially as well. So a little higher risk in yellow, a little lower risk in green at this point. That's a marginal risk, and that's mainly late afternoon through the evening hours. Now the hour-by-hour forecast will take you through the afternoon. This is probably after 5, 6 o'clock time frame, and then into the 8, 9 o'clock time frame, and then through about the midnight time frame. So this could be a mainly evening event here. And again, some of these gusty winds, heavy rainfall, and we'll have another chance tomorrow as the front kind of settles into the area. So 97 today, tomorrow a chance for thunderstorms again the afternoon and evening, but only 88 degrees. So no heat advisories, at least through the 7-day forecast after today. So we get a little bit of a break. Now, 86, 87, 88, 89, still very warm, still kind of humid to be honest with you, but just not as hot, just not as humid. No chance for thunderstorms Friday, kind of a lower chance Saturday, Sunday about a 40% chance, and then into next week, at least each afternoon, there should at least be a few thunderstorms around the area. All right, that is your forecast. Virginia this morning will continue right after this.
Happy High Point Wednesday, because it's downhill from here, folks. It is July the 17th. We want to thank you for watching Virginia this morning, each weekday from 9 to 10 a.m. right here on CBS 6. I'm Bill Bevins, and our new host, Amy Lacey, is here. Woohoo!
Yeah, it's really already a great day, and we are going to have just a pretty good show today, too. I mean, we have food in the studio. We have, you know, so much fun.
Some learning going on today, too, and some important stuff. Let's get right into that now.
Absolutely. Now's the time when we share some of the highlights that you'll see on the show. And one of ours is very popular. It's Everywhere You Are. We created this feature so that we can celebrate your life's adventure with you. And we'll open up the box and check out a few entries that ended up in our inbox overnight.
And one of my favorites, Duke's Mayo, is excited about their annual hot summer that's coming up that combines mayo and tomatoes, of course. Rebecca Lupesco is here along with Chef Brendan Griffin from Num Prick Pal. He's going to put together his red curry pork belly sandwich topped with tomato jam with Duke's mayonnaise spread on sourdough bread. How good does that sound?
It sounds like a great breakfast item.
Yeah.
And there is much more to it. You will have to stick around.
Okay, Amy, this is your first time on the show on a Wednesday.
Yes.
So it's time to set the stage and have some fun. Today is Wednesday, so you know what comes next. It's time for this week's word game.
Okay, here we go.
Where'd that come from? All right, here's the premise of the game for those of you who haven't been with us on a Wednesday before, like Amy. I mentioned a word and or a phrase that you've heard before, probably used before. The fun part is you have to guess the origin of that word or phrase, where it comes from. Today's phrase is bend over backwards. Okay, Amy, you have about 1 minute. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock.
Well,
go.
I'm a word nerd from way back.
Good.
Now, so some of these I may actually know, because
Okay.
when I'm interested in something, I'll go and look it up, because some of these sayings are, you kind of have to wonder about it. This one, you have to think that it has been from a time in the past. I think of maybe like a circus, like the sideshow, a contortionist, or somebody who's able to bend over backwards
Touch.
and
touch
touch
the ground, maybe.
and just be very flexible like that.
All right.
That's what I see.
Good guess.
A time in the past where the sideshow was popping up everywhere into the town.
Did she get it right? First time out of the box. Well, maybe you got it right. Stick around. We'll find out a little bit later on in the hour.
And before we head to break, let's check in with our friends from Bryant and Stratton College.
This segment is sponsored by Bryant and Stratton College. There's no question that the recent pandemic has greatly impacted many of our state and local healthcare facilities in regards to both staffing and personnel retention, specifically in the field of nursing. Bottom line, there's a significant demand for nursing professionals in the future. If a career in nursing or in any other area of healthcare interests you, our friends at Bryant and Stratton College have a special recruitment lunch and learn going on today. And with me to talk about it is the college's Richmond Market Director, Beth Murphy.
It's great to be here.
Great to be with you as well. We're very excited about today's special event.
Oh my gosh, so Bon Secours will be with us at lunch. Bon Secours is actually one of our top 5 employers at the college. They are coming in for a lunch and learn at noon at the college so people can come and learn more about Bon Secours, Bryant and Stratton College, and this crazy industry of healthcare. So if you're interested, please come by. We'll also have a learning session opportunity this evening. Unfortunately, Bon Secours won't be with us, but you're certainly welcome to come by and see us then too.
Well, this is so important because it sounds like a one-stop shop. You can learn about your educational opportunities and also how Bryant and Stratton College is connected to companies like Bon Secours for the purposes of building for their students. Now, when we talk about those students, you help those students find local healthcare employers, and you've been very successful in doing so.
The healthcare industry is really complex because a lot of people will call and say, well, I want to study nursing. But when you start talking to them, and that's one of the nice things about Bryant and Stratton College, you're going to sit down and talk to somebody and really hone in what interests you, because healthcare, there's hospital, there's the doctor's office, but there's also assisted living, there's jobs at jails, there's patient interfacing, there's office work, and so it's really important that you talk to the professionals to ensure that you're going down the right path to get to that end goal that you want.
Absolutely, and when you're thinking about these careers in healthcare, training, exquisite training is so important in those fields. And so when we think about what Bryant and Stratton offers from a training perspective, we think about that level of elite education.
Yes, and so our healthcare programs, both our nursing and our medical assisting programs, have third-party tests. So, you know, our students take the NCLEX or they take the CMA, and those are public. And you can see that Bryant and Stratton College has had incredible results, and that's why our local employers are so great about partnering with us, because they want those Bryant and Stratton graduates. They know that they've been trained.
Absolutely, and trained well. Now, what kind of training does a person with Bryant and Stratton Nursing or even Allied Health, what did they receive?
So obviously there's a lot of knowledge, right? We've got to learn terms and techniques. But I think what is so important, and we hear this from our employers, it's those soft skills, right? The critical thinking, the communication. So it's not just how do I draw blood, but how do I talk to somebody and keep them calm while they're doing it? You know, how do I react if all of a sudden they faint, right? We need to talk those things through so that a graduate is a more well-rounded employee.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, that bedside manner
Yes.
makes all the difference, especially when you are the patient or the caregiver of a patient, and that makes
Exactly.
all the difference. Now, you've talked about these amazing partnerships that BSC has with local healthcare groups. Tell us about some of those partners. We've heard about Bon Secours. I know there's more.
HCA, Sheltering Arms, Encompass Health. I mean, really, our local employers are just so great, and they impact things from the curriculum to what's being taught in the classroom to our clinical sites where people can do internships, where they're going to be hired. Some of them are faculty members for us, and they're so invested because our graduates are working in this area, so they're really able to impact their future employees, and we love that.
Mm-hmm, absolutely. Such incredible partnerships, such incredible programs, and of course staff like you who are truly committed to the whole well-being of your students and the flexibility that they may need in order to achieve these educational goals. So thank you always for what you do.
Well, thank you very much.
Fall 2024 classes at Bryant and Stratton College begin Wednesday, September 4th. Bryant and Stratton College is located at 8141 Hall Street Road in North Chesterfield. For more information, give them a call at 888-888 839-1718 or visit the website bryantstratton.edu. You can connect on social media as well at BSC Richmond. Virginia This Morning returns right after this. Stay with us.
Welcome back to our live show. Tomorrow kicks off the hot Tomato Summer Campaign presented by Duke's Mayo, and we're going to showcase the best of the culinary scene in the Southeast during that week.
We are excited to have Chef Brennan Griffith, one of the participating culinary experts, here with us today, and we will jump into the kitchen with him later on in the show. But first, we want to talk right now with Rebecca Lupasco, Duke's brand manager. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Do you need an intern or something? I could come to Duke's and I'll just work in trade for stuff.
Perfect.
Okay.
Anytime. Yeah, we'll take you.
I can do that part-time. I got this other little gig right here, but that's got to be to work for such an iconic brand that means so much to so many people in this part of the world. You were telling me that you grew up in Bath County, but grandparents lived in Richmond, so you've been having Duke's for a while.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it is a dream. It's a dream job for sure. And the loyalty that's behind Duke's Mayo is something else. So
Definitely.
That loyalty, I moved to Virginia 20 years ago, and I quickly learned that Duke's mayonnaise is its own religion, and it has quite a few disciples out there.
Yeah.
So it is really, really, that loyalty is behind your brand at this point. And Hot Tomato Summer, that's an extension of that.
yeah, yep, absolutely.
Not just in Richmond either.
Yeah.
It's all over. You guys are spreading all over the place. You have Richmond, Greenville, South Carolina, Charleston, of course, Charlotte, Raleigh, Knoxville, Tennessee, and a lot more. And they're all taking part in the Hot Tomato Summer.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it started in Richmond in 2021, and it was really a way to, one, celebrate the creativity of chefs in the restaurant community here in Richmond. Also with tomatoes and mayo, right? I mean, like July is either start or peak tomato season in the South, so it was just a way to kind of celebrate the iconic duo of tomato and mayonnaise.
It's really just that perfect combination, but we've been sitting here talking about some other combinations too. What are some of the sandwiches? Bill, tell everyone what your favorite
My
sandwich
all-time
is.
favorite sandwich is peanut butter and banana with Duke's. And I have people that make a face when I say that. Brennan the chef just lost it over there. And I get that a lot. But I grew up on that, and Mom would say, that's Elvis's sandwich. And I go, okay. But I don't go as far as he did. He actually deep fried it.
And you put bacon on it, right?
No, we never had bacon. People put bacon on that?
God, Elvis.
Oh, okay, maybe.
I don't know.
Always add the bacon when you're Elvis.
Well, you can,
right?
yeah. Add bacon, yeah.
Yeah,
So
we
that's
see
my all-time
pineapple and
favorite sandwich.
mayonnaise. It's another.
I haven't tried that, but I will.
Yeah.
Why not?
Mayonnaise goes on anything. It's a very
Yeah.
versatile
Yeah.
product.
I've had a cake that had mayonnaise in it before, and it was delicious. It
If
was
it's Duke's.
delicious.
If it's Duke's.
Well, yes,
Yeah.
of course. I'm not even speaking of other brands
the
today.
the others don't.
Or
don't
ever.
count.
What are some of the tomato dishes that are really showcased over these next few days?
I mean, we see everything from ice cream, mayonnaise ice cream.
Mayonnaise ice cream. See, that's another level there. So I haven't gone there. So I got that.
I mean,
to
if
look
you think
forward
about it,
to.
mayonnaise is just eggs and oil and a little vinegar. I mean, it's, it can be used in so many different ways. We see cocktails, pizzas, sandwiches. I mean, it is.
I have a
it's
mayo
wild.
cocktail. What do you put in? Is that vodka or what do you put in the mayo cocktail?
I mean,
Oh, you gotta bring a bartender
vodka,
back.
Yeah, we gotta bring a
Tequila
bartender.
and mayo?
Yeah, like a mayonnaise wash. Yeah,
Wow.
Alrighty.
we've seen it all. Hot tomato summer.
It is getting hot in here.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So when you go to these different cities, like you said, the brand loyalty is off the scale. when you go to Charleston or Knoxville or wherever you go, and are they as nuts about it as we are? Because we got the, the pride. It's from Richmond, and it's made right down the street down from the station here. Is it that strong everywhere?
Yeah, I mean, especially in these cities. I mean, Greenville we have a plant, our main mayonnaise plant is right outside of Greenville, and it was
Obviously.
started,
Yeah,
in
down there.
Greenville,
Yeah.
South Carolina. So there's a lot of love in Greenville, Charlotte. We do the, Duke's Mayo Classic and Duke's Mayo Bowl. So, a lot of, yes, everywhere we go.
They're just as
in the
nuts
South.
about it as we are.
Yes.
Okay,
yeah,
good.
Yeah.
All right, well, congratulations.
Thank you.
We're glad you're here, and we can't wait for the chef to get over there. I think he's recovering from a peanut butter and nanner sandwich talk, and that's coming up. We're going to have a different take on a BLT this morning. Thanks for coming in,
Yeah,
Rebecca.
absolutely. Thank you so much.
Great chatting with you. Well, Duke's Mayo extends its 4th annual Mayo and Tomato celebration to 10 days and added 2 new cities. Hot Tomato Summer kicks off tomorrow, July 18th, and continues until July 28th. For more information, just visit virginiathismorning.com.
Actually, that's hot tomato summer. All right, we hope you'll stay tuned. Chef Brendan Griffin is going to walk us through the steps in building his signature red curry pork belly creation. It's coming up next. All right, welcome back. Just before we went to the break, we heard all about the Duke's Mayo's annual hot tomato summer celebration that kicks off tomorrow and goes until July the 28th all throughout the South. Now's the time to enjoy a delicious creation from one of the chefs who's taken part. And we welcome Chef Brendan Griffin to Virginia This Morning and the Virginia This Morning Kitchen. Brendan, you don't normally cook Southern dishes, and you're not this morning. Tell us a little bit about your restaurant first.
Well, actually, I kind of do. But yeah, I'll tell you. So I do Nam Prik Pao. It's Thai food, but also Southern American food.
Nice.
So, I mean, I grew up here in Virginia in the South.
Yeah.
So a lot of times I'll do traditional Thai food, but I grew up when
Combine the two.
Exactly.
a hybrid.
So today is a perfect example. I mean, I grew up eating BLTs.
Yeah.
Like, what person in Virginia did it?
And you grew up, I heard you say, in
Surrey County.
Surrey.
Yeah.
Well, pork,
Yeah.
of course.
So-
you got pork in Surrey County.
Exactly.
Right there.
Edward's ham right there. But yeah, so like this is a perfect example of like a dish that I grew up eating. It's a Southern dish, but I really blasted it with Thai flavors.
So it's a
Thai.
little on the spicy side. Can be?
I kept it a little mild today, just so I didn't want to make anyone cry.
You won't choke me.
This morning. But yeah.
All right, so when you say pork belly, for those who don't know, that's the same stuff bacon's made of, kind of?
It's what bacon is made of, yes. I feel like the key difference is there's a curing process with bacon, which just kind of like makes it, it's pork belly, but it kind of turns it into something else.
Okay. So this is just the straight
this is
stuff.
just the straight stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
All right. So this, it's pre-cooked and you're basically just warming it up for us?
Right. So I smoked this pork belly. I brined it in fish sauce first
Wow.
to give it.
What does that do?
So it helps. It salts it for one. It helps it retain moisture, and then the fish sauce itself. It adds like
Does
another.
it taste fishy?
Yes, but in a pleasant way.
Okay.
It adds another layer of umami. So there's like the pork meatiness plus like that fermented, fishy seafood umami flavor.
So when you bite into it, you go, ooh, mommy, that's good.
That's what some people say. Yeah, absolutely, definitely.
Definitely, okay.
But here,
All right,
I'm actually ready. This can come off. I can start putting it
let's
together.
Keep going. So what kind of sauce are we putting on this bread, and what's the bread?
So actually, okay. We'll start with the bread.
Okay.
The bread is a sourdough hamburger bun that I worked with a local bakery, Sub Rosa Bakery. I reached out to them. I'm like, hey, I don't bake bread. You all do. I've worked with them before.
Yeah, go with
and I'm
what
like,
you know.
hey, let me just, they're the experts. I asked them for a favor, and they were happy to do it.
They came up with this beautiful
So
bread.
they came up, exactly, just for me. But yeah, so sourdough bread made by Sub Rosa, and then the sauce, this is the Duke's component. I did a Thai basil green goddess.
with Dukes.
With Dukes.
Yeah.
With Dukes.
That sounds great.
Yeah, it's wonderful. But the pork belly. So the whole sandwich is kind of like the flavors of a red curry, just in a sandwich form. And like I said earlier, it's like a BLT, but just kind of
You're piling too much on there. I can't.
too
eat
much
all that.
on there.
Yeah. Keep it.
Oh man.
I won't be able
Okay.
to bite
All right.
all of that.
All right.
Okay. Save the other two.
Well, this will be the diet version of what I
You
was
pile it higher
of what I
than that
was going
normally?
to do.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
I am the only
I think you'll
person-
see. I think you would see.
Brendan, I'm the only person to go into a restaurant and order a BLT and say, "Don't put 3 inches of bacon on there."
Oh,
I want
man.
to taste the.
Oh,
I want to
man.
taste the mater and the mayo. So.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
and they look at me and
you
they go.
can put all the bacon on mine and extra mayonnaise.
No, what I do is I say, "Bring it out. I'll take the bacon off and take it home."
Okay.
There we go.
All right.
All right. I get some looks.
Hey, it's okay. It's okay.
All right, so we got the Duke's based
Yes.
sauce on there.
Yeah. The sauce is on there. So the next component, the tomato component,
Yeah.
is actually, so I made a red curry tomato jam. It's a little bit spicy, sweet, a little bit sour, sour from the tomatoes, but also sour from tamarind, which is one of the souring agents in a red curry sometimes.
I'm sold. You don't have to sell it anymore. I'm good.
So okay, but yeah,
I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
this
This is going to be messy, isn't it? Yeah.
it's a little messy.
I may need to borrow it.
But yeah, you might want a bib, but sometimes
okay.
it's worth it.
Okay.
But yeah, just top it off with romaine,
Okay.
and it's ready to go.
So when folks come to your restaurant, and obviously,
And I have one ready. I did a little cross section here.
nice.
I don't know if
nice. I'll take that one
yeah.
because it's probably not steaming hot like
it's
this.
yeah. Do you want to taste it now? You want to?
Of course, I want to taste it now. Oh man, that looks fantastic. I'm going in, folks. Hang on.
Go for it. It's all you. See, it's not too messy.
Right, it is.
I feel like the bun really holds
Off the
it all
scale,
together.
There's so many different tastes going on in here.
Yeah, exactly. That's
All right. Hang on for a second. I got to work on this.
yeah. There you go.
Thank you, Chef.
But yeah, I this pork belly, I smoked that for hours
Joe's?
with some pecan wood chips, as well as just straight lemongrass.
Wow.
Like some of the lemongrass clipping, kind of leftovers that.
I got
curry
talk.
paste has.
We gotta-
Oh yeah, go
we
for it.
gotta-
Okay. I can
Thank
keep
you for coming
talking.
in.
I can
Plus,
keep going.
Once we go to break, I can eat. Duke's. Thank you, Chef, for coming in. Duke's
Of
Mayo
course.
extends a big old happy hot summer, tomato summer to you. The big celebration added 2 new cities this week. And boy, they're going to have a great time. Hot Tomato Summer kicks off tomorrow, July the 18th, and continues through the 28th. Swallow. For more information, just visit virginiathismorning.com. Amy, I'm going to send it over to you so I can bite again.
Oh man, you are having the best morning of your life today, Bill, and I love being here for it. The countdown to this Friday has already begun here, and we want to invite you to make plans to come to our CBS 6 station outside on West Broad Street and visit our lemonade stand as we partner with Anthem Lemonade, presented by Richmond Ford, in the fight against childhood cancer at Children's Hospital of Richmond at VCU. Now remember, this is all happening July 19th. And here's a special offer to keep you cool while helping this great cause. Now through tomorrow, with every lemonade purchase made at the Chick-fil-A at Willow Lawn, they will donate $1 to this campaign. And that's only at the Chick-fil-A at Willow Lawn. Scan the QR code on the screen to find out more information. And stay with us. We will be right back.
All right, welcome back, folks. We love seeing where you've been, what you've been doing in our Everywhere You Are segment.
This is a really special way to celebrate our community, all of you. So please continue to send in your fun summer moments to us to share on the show. Bill, you're up first today.
Woohoo! All right, Cindy Hamlin was checking in with us from Baltimore Inter Harbor Hotel.
Wow, that is so pretty. Gorgeous view.
And there is a lot of places to eat near that, too.
Oh, yes, there are. Let's go to our next one. Check this out. Kimberly Meza and Jan Buto of Prince George hiked the Great Wall of China just last week. That looks so amazing. Definitely on my bucket list. Bill, have you ever been there?
No.
No, but doesn't that look,
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm just a little bit jealous.
Yeah.
I hope that you had a great time there.
Looks like it. All right. Kristen Pickrell sent us this photo from her recent visit to Ireland. Look, people are going everywhere.
Oh, so pretty. I've been to Ireland and everything is so green, just like that, in the water and the cliffs, and it's just so pretty.
My family heritage is from Ireland, from County Cork, and they say, you should go, Bill, and I'm going like, well, I'm going to go. All right. Now, if you are having fun going wherever you go, we want to share in your adventure.
All you have to do is upload a high-resolution video or picture to one of our social media channels, or you can send us an email to virginiathismorning@wtbr.com, and we'll take it from there. We make it that easy for you.
Folks, if you have a child that's allergic to nuts, peanuts in particular, you are not alone.
Evan Armour conducted this informative conversation that we want to share with you.
Or grandparent, you know trying new foods is a memorable part of childhood. But right now, more children in North America are living with peanut allergies than ever before. It's a condition that can impact every aspect of a child's life and be difficult for families to try to navigate.
Right now, we've actually seen so many more children in North America having peanut allergy than ever before, and only about 20% of these kids will outgrow this peanut allergy. So this increase in prevalence over the past 20 years has sparked a growing need for an effective treatment. When I started, our options were simply to tell patients to avoid peanut and to carry their epinephrine autoinjector. But for many families, this strategy is just not enough. And I think, unfortunately, accidental exposures are high and reactions happen despite the best efforts of families. I think so. The good news is that there are research happening currently to help to treat this type of allergy.
Dr. Douglas Mack is a pediatric allergist. He says it's something families should keep top of mind early on.
I think from a prevention perspective, earlier is the better. As you probably know, getting that peanut into those babies to teach them how to handle this. That you're teaching them a new language. I think, unfortunately, for many of our families, that approach doesn't work for everybody. And I think that's why we need to be looking at what can we do to help prevent or to treat this for those patients who despite all the best efforts of the families, the child still reacts, unfortunately.
Like many parents, Sarah Qureshi is trying to keep her daughter safe and healthy.
We thought we were doing everything right. We started feeding our daughter new foods when she was just over 6 months old. And at 9 months, we tried peanuts and she had an instant reaction, which was frightening and scary for us and unexpected. And since then, I mean, as she's navigated preschool and parties and events like Halloween, Easter, I think about it all the time in terms of how to keep her safe.
They immediately sprung into action.
We went straight to an allergist, a pediatric allergist, and we were searching for answers. And in many ways, I think it switched from searching for answers to figuring out how to keep her safe and what we can do to best prepare her going forward.
Dr. Mack hopes his latest work will bring hope to parents looking to protect their children against peanut allergies.
Right now, I'm an investigator for a phase 3 clinical study called VITESSE, and this is using an investigational skin patch called the ViaSkin Peanut. It's for children ages 4 to 7 years of age, and it's an amazing little device. It has about 1/1000th of a peanut and a small film that goes onto the back, so these children actually don't have to eat any peanut whatsoever. And this ongoing exposure, what it does is it stimulates the special immune cells that are present in the skin to teach them that the peanut is okay. And treatment with this patch leads to a desensitization. So this refers to the ability for the child to eat more peanut protein before experiencing an allergic reaction, making it less likely that a child will have a reaction after an accidental exposure. So they still have to avoid eating peanut. They still have to carry their epinephrine auto-injector. But what this provides is a buffer of protection, kind of like wearing a seatbelt, so that it can reduce the likelihood of an accident and be a potentially life-saving tool for these children who are accidentally exposed to peanut.
Here's Dr. Mack's message to families who find themselves navigating a peanut allergy.
Truly, I think do your research. I think talk to pediatric allergists like us. There are options, and I think once again in the past we've had very few options. I think this is a great option to consider from a safety, from an effectiveness perspective. But families really have to kind of do a bit of the reading themselves and kind of investigate what would work for them. What would their child do? And I think this is a great option to consider.
With the hope that more families can get the help and knowledge they need to protect their little ones.
My daughter, in many ways, is thriving, and she's at preschool as we speak. And she's learning. She's learning she has allergies, but it's really mama and dada's burden to carry at this point. And overall, our goal is just to give her the most normal life possible, which I think we are doing the best we can.
Here's how you can learn more about the study.
For peanut allergic children ages 4 to 7, if you want to find out if this clinical trial is right for them and your family, it's the VITESSE website at vitesseallergystudy.com.
And we'll be sure to include a link on our show website. Just head to virginiathismorning.com. Evan Armour, Virginia This Morning.
Welcome back to our live Wednesday show. Whether you want to watch an episode you missed or want to rewatch a segment again, you can do just that by logging on to our website at virginiathismorning.com. Also, if you have access to Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, and Android TV channels, you can watch it there too. If you need the app, just visit the App Store and on your device and search WTBR Richmond. The best part, it is absolutely free.
This segment is sponsored by Active Medicare Solutions.
Having local experts who can help you navigate Medicare options and answer those pressing questions throughout the Medicare enrollment process can make all the difference. Craig Rasmussen, owner of Active Medicare Solutions, joins us talking more about this process. Craig, always great to see you.
Yes, Jessica, good morning. Thanks for having me back.
Absolutely. We love talking with you. I have people stop me in and around the community to say, I heard you on the show and I want to ask some questions. So let's start with one of the ones we get. What is Active Medicare Solutions all about?
Absolutely, yeah. So Active Medicare Solutions, we are a full-service health insurance agency. We have a strong emphasis on Medicare. So we work with people that are getting ready to go on Medicare, that are currently on Medicare. We help them analyze their options, help them enroll in a plan, and provide them service moving forward.
Craig, I get the sneaky suspicion that Medicare seems like it's way out there in the distance for everyone, and then all of a sudden it's here. So are people automatically enrolled in Medicare?
Yeah, I think that's one of the myths. You know, we've discussed myths before, and I think one of the myths is they're just not sure. And you're right. When someone's 62, 63, they're just not even thinking about it, and then all of a sudden, bam, it hits them. So, no, you are not always automatically enrolled. So the majority of people have to actually do something to enroll, And really, first step is really deciding whether or not they even need to enroll.
Doing something is maybe getting in touch with the team, local, free. You can ask those questions. Let's talk about what it looks like. How do you assist people in this process?
Yeah, so what happens, we usually recommend calling about 6 months ahead of time just to get a game plan together. As we've discussed in the past, the other myth that is very common is people think they have to enroll. So really the first step is setting up an appointment and going over your situation to first determine whether or not you need to enroll. And then we figure out, teach you how to enroll. Sometimes you're automatically enrolled, but oftentimes you have to do something to enroll. And then we can look at your drugs and your medicines and kind of analyze what is the best program for you. Oftentimes when people are getting phone calls and all the ads, those are always weighted towards one program, and there's not just one program out there. And as we've discussed, it's not a one program fits all. So it's really just finding out what's important to you and analyzing your situation and helping the client figure out what's the best move for them.
That's what I was, as you were saying those things, I'm like, it's not one size fits all. Each situation really is unique. So your team works with clients who are calling, customers who are calling, and can customize that option or present those options for them that make sense. Let's talk a little bit about the problems with working somebody maybe random over the phone, right? You don't have that personalized touch.
Yeah, and we've said this before, you know, whether you're working with us, I always suggest work with somebody local. There are so many people that do this locally, and the problem is when people are calling you on the phone, believe it or not, you are on a random dialer. They are dialing thousands of numbers, and the people that are 65, they know that. They're probably nodding their head right now. So when you get someone on the phone, they only have a limited amount of time to talk with you. And for one, you don't know who you're talking to. You're giving out your private information to a complete stranger. They're not going over all your options. They're going over the options that is easiest for them to explain in the shortest period of time. And definitely don't call ads. So I would highly recommend not working with someone on the phone unless you know who they are. And definitely work with someone local. We know the market. We take the time to educate you. And as we've discussed in the past, the easiest part of the Medicare process is actually enrolling in the plan. It's all the things that happen after that, all the services, the bills you have questions about, the networks. So yeah, definitely work with somebody local, and I suggest getting about a 6-month head start on it.
It's like you're reading my mind. I was going to say, let's reiterate that start about 6 months in advance and make sure you are working with somebody local. Imagine being able to say the names of things that are right here in the area and being able to call back and talk with the same person.
It's important, you know, people do it with all their other insurances, and I think maybe they just don't realize that there are people out there that do this and specialize in it and can help guide you through the process and be there as a resource for you. And next year, there's some big changes coming, so you're really going to want to have that local relationship.
Craig, thanks for being back with us.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. We're going to share some information so folks can get in touch and get the process going. Active Medicare Solutions. You'll find one of the offices at 11057 Three Chop Road in Henrico. For all the information, you can call the team at 804-874-6000. Visit the website, activemedicaresolutions.com, and connect with them on Facebook as well. And stay with us. Virginia This Morning will return after a quick break.
In the show, we gave you the phrase, bend over backwards. You probably know what it means, but now let's find out where that comes from. Whew. All right, this one goes back over 1,000 years and over many cultures. It originated in gymnastics, and the metaphor implies suffering a severe inconvenience to achieve a goal. You have to bend over backwards just like a gymnast would. And that's where that comes from.
So I was kind of close.
I think the judges have decided you got it right first time out of the box, girl. Ta-da!
I mean, like I said, it made me think of an acrobat.
Who would?
So acrobat, gymnastics, all very similar.
Yeah. I'm gonna do a little wardrobe change here.
What do I win for getting it right?
We have a bottle of Duke's for
Of
you.
Duke's mayonnaise.
And
Thank you so much.
Duke's socks.
I love them.
I have a pair of Duke's socks, so I'm going to have 2 pair now. You get those. And we got some Duke's Southern sauce.
That looks great.
Thanks to our friends from Duke's Mayonnaise, just down the street. I lined up a part-time gig. I don't know if you saw that.
You're going to be the intern there. So I think
Yes.
that means you get your peanut butter banana mayonnaise sandwich every day of the week.
Sounds good to me.
And a little pork belly.
I know
too.
that pork belly was pretty good.
It still smells like the pork belly in here, by the way.
And by the way, we had a chef on last week who made burnt pork belly bites.
Okay.
It's basically bacon is what it is. And man, but that was really good with
I said I was
with
here
the
to-
Thai sauce and everything.
I was here to witness the best day of your life, and for that I feel very, very honored and
Any day
privileged.
we have Duke's is a good day. We had a great time this morning. Lots of guests on this morning, and you know it's interesting to me that people ask me all the time. It's like you get to meet all of these interesting people and hear their stories. You know, some of them are fun and funny, and with the peanut allergies this morning, serious stuff that. And you and I were talking when we were kids. Didn't seem, at least we didn't know about anybody that had peanut allergies.
I can think maybe 1 or 2 classmates my entire kindergarten through 12th grade maybe
And
had
now
a food allergy at all.
It's a big thing.
And now it is very much a big
and very
thing.
serious, and obviously parents have to deal with all of that. So we learned a little bit about that this morning, along with all the fun with where that come from, and everywhere you are today. Great Wall of China.
Ireland.
Ireland was beautiful. So yeah.
Baltimore, also
Look at the
beautiful, and
places
just
you get
right
to
up
go
the street.
just by tuning in every day.
Well, we really aim to please, and we are going to take it global, Bill. We're going to take the show global. So that's what we're going to do each and every day, even if it just is from a photo from one of our viewers, because we really love that so much.
First full day on the show.
I did it.
Hit
I
it
guess
out
I'll
of
be
the park,
back tomorrow.
Girl. Hit it out of the park. Big thank you to all our guests today, including Active Medicare Solutions, Anthem Lemonade presented by Richmond Ford, Duke's Mayonnaise, of course, and Chef Brennan Griffin, Bryant and Stratton College, and to BDV Technologies.
Well, we look forward to seeing you tomorrow for our live Thursday edition of Virginia This Morning. It all starts at 8:56 a.m. Join us then. Have a wonderful High Point Wednesday.